trading GBP, JPY during the Asian session, as always. Starting on the 4-hour chart, recently we had a breaker structure to the downside, as we can mark out here. Closed below this low, indicating some selling pressure. Looking at the left and the previous market movement, we have an order block within this range here. Pulling it across, we did tap into it and made a little rejection. No breaker structure yet on the 4-hour time frame to the upside, so we're still on this breaker structure to the downside as the most recent breaker structure. Looking at the 1 hour, after this sweep of liquidity and close, we break the structure to the downside, pushed up, broke structure to the upside, which we can see here. Retraced, I believe we hit the 0.5, which is equilibrium. Rejected off of it. Again, haven't broken structure to the upside yet on the 1 hour time frame either, off of the rejection of the 0.5. On the 30-minute, same again. We haven't broken structure to the upside yet, although we have had this huge wick rejection with 5 minutes left to close. Off of the order block, which we see here, following the rejection of equilibrium. In terms of liquidity in the market, we're looking right now at this level here, this low. So we can come down, tap into the order block, sweep the low. So on the 30-minute, the most recent breaker structure is to the downside, as we had this low created, came down, broke structure, pushed back up. It seems like we could be about to break structure to the upside in 4 minutes at session open. Got to wait and see for that. All in all, I'm looking pretty bullish as my bias based off the rejection of this 4-hour order block. I do need to check the daily time frame as well. So we had a much larger order block within the daily time frame, all the way here, which we rejected off. So hopefully we can get a little push up, which we can take advantage of on the smaller time frames tonight. So I think we're just going to have to see how the market reacts. At the moment, we've got liquidity down here. However, it is below the order block, or at least within the order block if we count the wick, which isn't ideal if we break through the order block, if we're looking for longs. But we've got some nice targets. We've got liquidity here, highs here, which we can take out. But for now, I'm just going to wait, see what happens, and decide once market's opened. So the market's opened, and we've immediately pushed down into this 15-minute order block, which aligns with my bias of going long. Still a little bit worried about breaking through the order block to sweep liquidity. So we just swept liquidity to the downside, as you can see on this 5-minute candle. It's a little worrying how quickly the market sold off as the market opened. Now we're just got to wait for a break structure, and we can enter a long position. We've got a pretty strong reaction off the liquidity. Decent buying pressure off of that sweep. At the moment, the breaker structure level is all the way up here, which isn't ideal. Hopefully we can come up, create a lower high, and then look to break that. Market's created a lower high now that we can take as our breaker structure. Pulled down into what appears to be a lower time frame order block within this section here. Looks like it's trying to reject, and hopefully off of that we can get the break structure and a continuation to surge to take out these highs we see here. So we broke structure to the upside. It was a pretty big gap up, so I'm going to wait for an entry down here. If we can pull back into an order block on the 5-minute chart, that'd be great. Get an entry with a bit of a better risk to reward. So pull back into this order block here. We're now waiting for a breaker structure on the 1-minute time frame to the upside, and we can enter long. Here's this 5-minute order block I was talking about off of this black candle here. Pulled into it pretty nicely. So just entered a long position off of this 1-minute breaker structure. We've got stops pretty tight below this 5-minute low. If you move to the 5-minute chart, you can see we've got this low here. Stops are below that. We entered, it was on this candle here. Take profit 1 is going to be just below the order blocks we see in the market here. I have them at around this level here. So I'm actually going to have both my take profits set at this level here, just below the order block. Hopefully we can get in, tap the order block, and get out of the position. Market's moving up nicely. We've had this little retracement, a little bit of consolidation. 5 minute is moving up strong now, looking to break structure to the upside. Still got 3 minutes left, so anything could happen, to be honest. But it seems like we're taking out these highs here, and we're pushing up into the order block, which is great because that's where our take profits are. So we are all out of the position. The market is absolutely pumping. Pretty good trade. So we had both take profits hit at $2,004. As you can see, we made $4,008 in total off of this trade.